Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. This show airs each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, and then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today we're talking about belief and productivity. How do your beliefs, your faith, your foundational beliefs impact your productivity? A super important topic, as you'll see in just a matter of moments. Again, for those of you who are new to the show, let me say a few words about myself. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. You can go to productivethroughjoy.com. We offer live one-on-one productive through joy consulting. We also speak to groups, organizations, and schools about being productive through joy in a group setting. Very, very powerful programs. Please push the subscriber button here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel to get all these videos for free. I did say free, 1, 2, 3, 4, free. You can also go to michaeldatcher.com, of course, and also certainly swipe left or right across your device to invite people to join the conversation. All right. So again, today we're talking about belief and productivity. What is the connection between belief and productivity? Again, let me say a few more words about myself for those of you who are new to the show. Again, it's Dr. Michael Datcher. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose People Caught My People, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson, where, of course, Michael Brown was murdered in the conflagration that ensued there as well. That book will be out actually this April. Look for it in bookstores everywhere. I'll also be coming, I'm sure, to a town near you on the book tour, so we'll be looking in the media for that. I'm also the former executive director of the World Stage, a literary and jazz venue here in California. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD is in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I'm currently a professor of English Lit at LMU here in Los Angeles. Listen, I'm an expert at being productive, right? I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to a wonderful single divorcee. Yet at the time, no biological father. At the time, no adopted father. So listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet, as Kumodi famously said, "Hi, you like me now," right? And if I can be this productive through joy, so can many of us who are watching the show now. In fact, that in many ways inspires our show, inspires our business. We know what it's like to come from hardship and difficulty, and oftentimes people like us, um, we have a great excuse for why we don't have to ball, why we don't think we can ball, because we've been through so much. Yet, when people like us can have success, can have really abundant success, especially, it encourages other people who come from difficulty that they too can make it. It also allows folks who are more privileged, frankly, it removes some of their excuses for why they cannot make it. Because, hey, if those folks can make it, maybe we can do it too. Because there are fewer barriers to our success, right? To folks who are who are more privileged, but and not to minimize anyone's hardship, because everyone has some type of difficulty. Even those who are so-called privileged, we know that, and we're not trying to out hardship anyone. We're just saying that's just a reality, and so our success can serve as a means of inspiration to folks who are so inclined to be inspired. All right, so again, today we're talking about belief and productivity. In the morning show, we like to also talk about the impact of the import of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. And we do that in the context of ritual. It's really important to try to ritualize your moments, your day, because, especially in the morning, because it's, as we know, life happens for us, to us, with us every day. And it does make sense to do something to prepare for that. So let me just give you my brief morning ritual to serve as an exemplar. So in the mornings I wake up at 3:45 a.m. hella early, including this morning. I read a couple of spiritual business books. I do our show at 4:45 a.m. And then at 5 I work on my current novel until sunrise, which is around 6:15 here in LA. Then at sunrise I go out to the beach and I meditate. pray, do yoga. I live here along the coast in Venice Beach, California. Meditate, yoga, do all kind of stuff out there. And then I come back, I work on my book a while longer, and then go back to the beach to run up the coast all the way past Santa Monica's Pier, all the way back here to Venice to go to my gym, Gold's Gym. And so, guys, by 9:30, I'm feeling amazing. My body is being flooded with endorphins, as we know from 10th grade science. When the body is feeling joyful, what's happening is that the body is flooding itself with endorphins. And those endorphins give us a sense of euphoria that we can then leverage to move ourselves towards our goals and objectives. Now, we're not saying, again, do what I do. I use my goals and objectives to move me towards, again, more publishing, more abundance, things that I'm doing, more consulting. Again, we're not saying do what I do. We're saying do what you do. So we help individuals to create a morning ritual based upon their own kind of skill set, their own belief, their own schedule, etc. So it's a very powerful dynamic. Again, go to Productive Through Joy to learn more about what we do, and reach out to us and see about our products and policies. Okay, so let's dive into the topic today. We're talking about belief and productivity. Point one is that belief can be cultivated. Some people call it belief or they call it faith. I mean, those things overlap. But I'll use the word belief. As a professor, that seems to be more tied to, for some reason, knowledge acquisition, epistemology. So I like using the word belief. But belief, and so belief can be cultivated. And so we cultivate belief as a professor, especially by reading, by doing our due diligence, by doing research. Super important to do your homework. I shared earlier that each morning I read a couple of great books. I'm reading, I think I mentioned this, I'm reading Carl Lentz's Owning the Moment, and then reading a book of Gnostic scriptures from 2nd, 3rd century, at times 1st century, the world, including early Christianity, early Egyptian Gnosticism. Really powerful. It's all based upon, that part of it is all based upon ancient Kemetic or Egyptian knowledge. But anyway, these books are amazing. Just giving you insight into the world at large, and then being able to apply those things, which is point two. Once you begin to cultivate your belief by just reading, because as you begin to learn more, you begin to know more, and knowledge and encourages belief just as belief encourages knowledge. And then once you begin to get that knowledge and then enhance your belief, the key then is to act upon your beliefs. I mean, that's when that separates folks who have great success and those who don't. I have a bunch of friends who are musicians, and they say there's two kinds of musicians: those who practice and those who don't. We have to practice our beliefs, like jazz artists have to practice their skill sets, their piano playing, their singing. I think about my friend Dwight Tribble, who's actually, if you're in LA today, he's playing tonight at LMU in the Marymount Institute, 6 o'clock, I think is when he goes on, with his Alternative Angles group. It's avant-garde jazz group. So if you're in LA, look it up. It's online, I'm sure. I got distracted. Oh, applying. We have to apply our belief systems, which goes into point three. As you begin to place your beliefs into action, you're going to see an extraordinary uptick in productivity, because as you begin to place it into action, you're going to have success, and that success is going to breed more belief in what you are doing, and then lead to more abundance. That's just my experience, and largely our experience. So, boom, it goes to dynamite. That's it for today's show. We are each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. Now until 5 a.m. then 4:45 p.m. On Facebook Live. We're a show aimed at entrepreneurs, those who have their own business, those who like to own their own business, and those who simply want to live in abundance like a boss. Certainly have me come out and speak to your group or organization, or have me talk to your people through our live one-on-one consulting. Go to productivethroughjoy.com. I think that's it. Please become a subscriber. Hit the subscriber button here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Yeah, I'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.